Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ZSR 3 and welcome to a now kind of rare, but nonetheless very hype Ocarina of Time Randomizer standard weekly race restream. We have the Zora weekly today. We are doing some multi-world single-player adaptation settings. I guess that's a good way to put it. And you will get your guiding tour through the seed done by new OT guy and Out of This World Burrito and Mr. Moxie. And also Procrastinator will be on tracking. Take it away. It's all yours.
All right. Thank you very much, Trez. Welcome, everybody. Happy weekend. And with this weekend, we're going to be doing a weekly, which, as Trez says, is a single-player version of the multi-world settings for the multi-world tournament going on. And the main rules that we want to talk about is that it is a 6-medallion bridge and Ganon's boss key. So we're just going to be looking for those 6 medallions. And then we have dungeon info available on pause menu to start, which for those who are like, what are you talking about? If you've ever done Scrubs rule sets, it's just, press pause, hold the A button, or whatever button you have it bound to, and boom, there's all your info. So no need to check the pedestal today. And the last exciting one that I know some people are interested in is Bio Arrow entry is allowed into Shadow Temple. So Fire Arrow is going to be a little bit more exciting than item. What do you think, IT?
Oh yeah, I like Fire Arrow entry.
Yeah. Why do you like Fire Arrow entry?
Because then you don't need Din's Fire.
Oh, poor Dins, but it gets downgraded to kind of good.
Right. Now, is it easy FAE, or do you still have to do 25 torch FAE, or however many it is?
I think you still have to do the 20.
Easy, but
I think you still have to do the 25.
Oof.
You know
yeah,
what?
maybe Din's a little better.
Maybe a little bit. We can't check because we're off. So today we're watching Cola and Alpha, two very experienced runners here, and they're going to be going straight out. Probably grab some hints here. So information: Sun Song, no. Cac is Serenade. Forest is Path to Phantom Ganon, and then another junk item. That was fast. These guys are fast. I'm still not that fast at reading hints.
It was GTG. I believe it was the toilet.
Yeah. No flushing. It was GTG something.
Oh, it was GTG Center. Okay.
And it looks like they're going for a standard adult opening here, straight off to Kakariko. And let's see, is there anything other we want to talk about with these settings specifically? I guess a good thing to say while we're here in Kakariko is that 40 and 50 skull rewards are disabled, and 20 and 30 skulls are hinted on their location. Probably the best hinted location on those frogs too. Not that you end up in Zora's River immediately, but it's nice to have that.
The one where a hook shot's at seems pretty good too.
That's true. We do have Dampe hookshot on it, and we have 2 wallets in the shop. One's 25 rupees, and the next one's 125. So we're already rich.
Well, hello, money.
Wow, we're just a rich percent already, and we're not even 2 minutes in. Cool. I like when shops get randomized, and then they're just like, "Here, do you want all of the money?"
Yep.
Alpha does have a cool tunic. Alpha loves setting his colors for his rando. He's got a good aesthetic going on. Oh yeah, this is a good point to bring up that tokens are randomized, specifically dungeon tokens. I don't think overworld skulls are, but that's why Rufio gave us a little skull token. Thank you for posting the settings. There are settings there in the Twitch chat if people want to dig into it. And there's also... It's a pretty good comprehensive list. Don't want to go over everything as it's a lot, but it's trying to simulate, again, the multi-world tournament, but for, of course, solo play. So there's some exceptions made here. And we're getting Requiem from Windmill, which is great. And we got Cola running out to check Cucko Lady. So pretty similar openings so far from both of these players.
Mm-hmm. Yep, wasn't expecting anything too crazy. The only other opener I would expect would maybe be if someone was more into the TFB opener and going River first.
Yeah. River is great for info, as a lot of people like to say, but Kakariko is just really strong, especially with these skulls definitely being hinted.
Yep, in 2030 you're dead.
Ooh, we're not gonna have to worry about collecting that many skulls today.
Sir, skulls are randomized.
It's true, but well, I guess that makes it worse, huh? Because now when you get one, you go, "Damn it, I don't want this."
Right.
We don't have to collect them, but they'll still show their faces, whether we want them to or not. Let's see what a hookshot hint says. Oh, bro, Cola, that was too fast for me.
Okay, hold on. We get a repeat.
All right, Alpha, slower for the fans.
Deku.
Okay, that's
one of our hook shots. That does not mean that it's our actual logical hook shot. That could be our long shot.
Because we still have closed Deku in these settings, and obviously Kokiri is randomized, so it could be a while before we get that hook shot still.
Mm-hmm.
And Crate in the Graveyard is dead, and we're going to see a Dampe race. I'm going to say, feeling 49 today for Cola.
Deku is open, by the way.
Oh, it is open? Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, well then, what would stop us from getting that hook shot? Probably not much.
Laziness?
Yeah, that's it. I don't have bomb bags and I don't feel like doing a basement without bombs. Both these runners definitely can do the basement skip no problem. That's more of a problem for me.
$52.
Yeah, unfriendly flames from Dampe there, but
There's a gold skull token.
oh boy. Still want to get our 10.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's right there, why not?
Right.
And Cola immediately going into play Requiem. Gonna go see if we can get some more songs out of this one. And Alpha doing the same. They're copying each other's notes. No, this is just a pretty strong opening to do no matter what, like IT was saying.
Mm-hmm.
If they're lucky, they'll get another Warp song.
Yep, that's the dream.
And they're dreaming. Minuet, that's a really great one to get too. So even though we start with Saria's, Minuet will be even better for getting a Forest Temple. Yeah, looks like we're gonna get another hint here soon. Deku Theater's dead, it looked like, for Skull Mask.
Yeah, so it was a skull mask, and I was trying to see what was on the arch. I think it's a rupee.
Oh, yeah, good spot. Woodland Lullaby. Getting armed with some pretty good songs early. Shadow Temple to Volvagia. Probably Hammer or something that leads to Hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see what Cole's here. Looks like Cole's going to go Child for the first time, start Child 1. And Alpha doing the same. It's probably good to point out these settings as well is that we do start with Pharaoh as Wind. So if we find some magic, that'll help with our movement. We'll also start with Lens. I think? No Lens. Just Wind. And then, or no, we do have Lens, dude.
Yep.
I'm dying here. And then, but no Deku Shield. Gotta buy that shield. Or find one. No. The main problem with that is if it burns, that really sucks.
Yeah, well, I guess it does actually kind of suck because you don't know where that Deku shield is necessarily at because of Shock Shuffle.
Yep. Vanilla Hover's Path Evolve. That'd be a good one. GTG to Morpha? So we don't need to go in the toilet, but we gotta mark out to Gerudo Train Ground still.
You don't know that.
True.
That could be a long shot in the toilet.
That's true. It could be long shot in the toilet.
The likelihood of that is 1 out of a lot, but...
If there's a chance people want it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't have to worry about finding Deku shields. They're just right there in a market.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Slingshot minigame is done.
Alright, looks like we're going to get Cola heading straight out to Lon Lon Ranch to grab another song. Alpha buying a Hylian shield out of Hoshin's shop, and then going to grab that Deku.
Buy all the shields.
Buying shields is good, especially when you're rich. Why not?
Kind of surprised no one bought the full container there, but, you know.
Yeah, a little bit. These runners are trying to save the frames no matter what, I suppose. Yep, and Alpha also right out to Lon Lon. Now, depending what song they find in Lon Lon, do you think they're gonna... If it's a warp song, they're probably gonna take it. But if it's not a warp song, do you think they're still gonna walk out of Lon Lon and maybe go to Kokiri and check Mido?
I don't know if they're going to take it. Even if it is a warp sign. That warp sign's Bolero. They ain't taking it as child.
They're missing the heat. Now the starts are vanilla, so save quit will put them in Kokiri anyways as child.
And there's no and it's not dungeon ER, so there's not a reason to check it as child just in case it's like bottom of the well or something.
True. We're getting a Pona song though from Malin.
Oh.
So that'll help with getting over to GTG sooner than later.
The Pona song is a Pona song.
Who would have thunk it? Alright, let's see what's in the silo. I think that was claim check. It was rectangular. That's all I know.
That is
yeah.
a claim check.
Yeah, so for in these settings, the adult tree items is always claim check. However, Big Goron isn't always hinted. In exchange, though, the Death Mountain Crater scrub that everyone hates, that one is always hinted. So we do want to pick up that claim check because it may be important for later. And it looks like Cola is going over to check the scrubs, as scrubs are randomized, just like shops. Don't want to leave them here. Does make Lon Lon a bit richer of a place to visit. Alright, let's see what these scrubs have for us. Okay, money, free. More money, cool.
More money.
I think we just robbed Talon's bank account. I think this is where I think those were his accountants, and that's where he was stashing his cash.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah. Bad investment strategy, letting someone take $50 for $30, but that's what you get for leaving it to the scrubs, I guess. Yeah, it was his emergency savings, his rainy day fund. The seed just wants us to stay wealthy. It's a very wealthy seed today.
Alright.
Alright, it looks like Cole is opting to go to Child Kakariko. And Alpha's actually playing Minuet. So here's our first route divergence between the two. Alpha going for Sarya song check, which is Sun Song. will help with some micro movement, and I guess if you want to hit some skulls.
Yeah. Skull's not going to be a big issue this seed, but you can use it for some micro routing within places where time doesn't change.
Absolutely.
That was a dual hint for Spirit. And a dual hint for Shadow. That one was Shadow Pot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Kola opting to do Night Market. This does let him do Richard, and then also check the Bomb Shoe shop. Richard giving us a blue potion bottle, nice.
The bottles are nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, there's a bomb bag.
Oh, bomb bag in the chew shop. That's kind of appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, we're rich. All right, so Kola with a good grab there. That's definitely not something Alpha's going to skip, but we'll see how soon he gets to it. And then Kola immediately going to check Bomb Chew Bowling since we have the money and the bag now.
Mm-hmm. That bomb bag does open up a lot for Kola now.
Oh, absolutely. And it's going to make Kola's Lost Woods just that slightly more efficient since he'll be able to check the grottos right through it.
Scum back the money.
Mm-hmm. Alpha just getting through the memory minigame and getting a token for it. Let's see, we're going to see Alpha go out for that lone scrub, check it, and then run back, or he's going to dip out. Yeah, he's going to go for that scrub first. Can also do Saria Song here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Kola delaying that menu at his child does give him some advantages routing here. Also, welcome Zelda Speedruns 2. This is the weekly race for Ocarina of Time. These are multi-world settings, but made for single player. So welcome in. Enjoy, we just started. We're already rich.
Chickens are dead.
Oh, not the chickens, dude. Yep, Alpha doing some routing here.
And I still didn't see the hint for Spirit on whether it was child side or adult side was dead. Or was it a key or whatnot.
Yeah.
HBA has bomb shoes.
Shoes might be nice. Alpha's going to keep that in mind, but again, I think he's going to find that bag not too long from now. Damn, Mido. Just a bunch of 5s? And some explosives.
Bombs.
Okay. Cool. I was going to say, we're just taking Mido's bus money, but then we got the explosives, and I'm like, well... Oh, nut upgrade.
That's good.
Ooh, big chest back in. Yeah, Kokiri sword. And there's another bomb bag. Awesome. Kola gonna play Sun Song. It looks like he might just go straight back into Lost Woods and do all those grotto checks. Oh, there's magic. Which, yeah, Alpha got earlier. Alpha's magic bar is so dark, I didn't even register with me. Saw something he likes? Nope, he thought about the Goron Tunic.
You can't buy Goron Tunic as a child, though.
Oh, right. Imagine going into a shop and being like, this is too big for you, you can't buy it.
Oh, sorry, sir. This does not fit you properly, so you cannot buy it.
It was shrinking the wash, homie. Just let me buy it. Alpha gonna grab another hint here.
Target
in the woods. Yeah. Now we know from Alpha earlier, this Ocarina mini game is just going to give Cola a token. So let's see what Alpha gets out of the second hint. There are 5 goal hints in these settings and 10 sometimes hints, so there's still a lot of information to get. We've seen about half.
Crater to Rova.
Crater to Rova.
And we've seen more than half. We are missing 2 sometimes and 1 path.
Okay.
So we're missing 3 total hints.
Been pretty good about getting a lot of fresh information out of these hints. The Gossip Stones that everyone loves, Hyrule Castle 3 and the Web Grotto, are disabled. So we don't have to worry about stretching for those.
Yeah, the 2 really, really bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not off. It's probably the fact that it's nighttime.
Yeah?
Yeah, so Night in Lost Woods doesn't play the music, I believe.
No, I hear the music. It just sounds like some of the sound effects are delayed, but I could also be nuts.
Yeah, the sun's a little behind.
Okay. Oh, Cola using the alternate camera angle in Mato's house just to verify what those 4 chests were, skipping them. Missing out on bomb chews, but the rest are just 15 rupees, and we're still rocking the money, so not too worried about that. Alpha is at the top of Deku Tree. Okay. Gonna check that skull
These
fillet.
skulls.
Nut.
Not upgrade.
Then Cole's gonna get his second bomb bag here. Alpha going for the flame storage. Nice fall to the bottom there.
I get 2 more checks here.
Yeah, we get the 2 Skulltulas and then Goma herself.
Nope. You got 3 more. There's
Oh, because the Skulltula in the back?
Yep.
Well, there's a hook shot at least, so we don't have to worry about that hook shot being boomerang locked, I guess, if it was in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's bomb and ring locked.
Oh, right, because you need the bomb to get through the wall.
Right. I wonder if either runner is going to go peek it. Yep.
Yeah, Alpha's doing that.
Can't blame.
No. It's not something you want to leave behind. I would say it's arguably one of the most inconvenient skulls in the game.
Right.
But it's definitely, it feels bad when it is something important.
Right.
I don't know if it's as evil as the MQ skull, where we have to play Song of Time, but it still sucks.
Okay, it is dead.
Cool. Is there a hint for that skull? I don't know.
Not that I know of.
It's up there with you wanting an adult fountain. Well, yeah, adult fountain's another tricky one.
You have to hunt this skull.
Mm-hmm. Because I believe in these rule settings, you're not allowed to clip the silver boulder.
No.
Yeah, so you need gauntlets and everything.
Yeah.
Alright, Alpha's going to show us 23 as number 1, and then we're going to go see what's on Goma here as Cola starts working through Deku. Worst scrub also in the check pool today.
Yes, there is a hint for worst scrub.
What is worst scrub for everybody?
That is the scrub as a child in Death Mountain Crater.
There you go. Yeah, that scrub does suck.
All right, folks, pay attention here. If you blink, you miss it.
No. Goba misses it, and she only blinks once.
Yep.
Yep, good kill from Alpha. So after this, do we expect them to go back to adult sooner than later because they found that hook shot, or do you think they're going to stay child for a bit more?
I would be tempted to go adult. You've got all of DC, even if it's a stone. It's still worthwhile to check just because of how dense it is. The other thought is having a peek into forest, because when forest is path to forest, it means something's in there that's required to get something to beat forest. Now, it could just be a path bow in there, but it may be worth a while just to peek it to see if it's in the lower part of the checks.
That's a good point. Yeah, because my thought was, looking at what they've done so far as child, the only other thing I could think of is maybe going into Goron City. But like you said, when forest is path, even if it is just like a bow, that's a nice thing to have earlier, but it could also be a strength upgrade. So there's definitely a lot of tempting things, and to your point, yeah, the Dawn goes really fast. Yeah, it's a stone, but lots of quick checks.
Well, it doesn't even have to be strength either. Like, it can
point.
be Rudolph's letter, it could be Rang, it just has to block something required to beat Shadow.
Right.
Bridge and Boss Key are both 6 med condition.
Yeah. So once they find 6 medallions, they're basically good to go.
Yeah. So
assuming they have light arrows.
yeah, IGC is going to be literally light arrows today, if that.
Yeah. Yeah, it does look like both runners are opting to spend a little bit more time here in Kokiri and Lost Woods before going adult, though. Alpha might be going to Goron City after these Grotto checks. That might be Cola's idea here. Yep, straight into Goron City. Neither runner wanting to leave this. We do have Lullaby, so we can get the pot spinning at least.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we do have the shop here, which is a lot. Ooh, blue fire.
But you can't buy that Goron tunic as a child.
Is that the Goron tunic that you would normally like get from Goron Link?
Yes.
Got it.
Dad, I believe, was hinted. Was it not? I may be getting seed bleed from something this morning.
What seed did you play this morning?
I watched a couple.
Oh, okay. Have you been watching The League?
Yo.
Cool. We do have League going on right now, everybody. There's a lot of them going on, and I'd recommend checking out Milo's house to get information on who's racing against who when. Been some very fun matches. Dad giving us the stick upgrade. Thanks, Dad.
So yes, we should check Dad.
Yeah.
We did check Skull Hints 10, 20 and 30 are dead, 40 and 50 are disabled, so only 10 can be something if it is. And Happy Face.
Happy Face.
What did we get? $20.
Money. The seed rules.
Oof.
Yeah, Alpha accidentally hitting himself with that explosion when he had half a heart left. Now, if he decides I'm not going back down for that shop, which he likely will here, not missing anything other than the Goron tunic he can buy, which would be nice to have.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's going back for it. Don't want to skip that. That's 8 checks.
And it's 25% off. That's a nice sale.
Yeah. It's a good deal. Those Gorons know how to sell them. Alright, now we're on Death Mountain Trail with Cola. Let's see what's behind this bombable wall. Very cool. Small box. Cola going up.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a play for Worst Scrub in the crater? Okay.
Yep, this is the play for Worst Scrub. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, Cow Sandy's not on.
Nope. Nope.
That poor cow.
This is the way you have to get the Worst Scrub.
Yeah. You're already here. When else do you do it? Oh, looks like Alpha's taking the other option of I'm not doing that and just going back down to Kakariko's child.
Yeah, we can collect the skull, but the skull is just going to be a skull.
Yeah. Right. Oh, well, yeah.
Okay.
Setting up Sun Song to go do Dampe.
So the only thing we're missing is the Worst Scrub hat. Now.
Mm-hmm.
Which we'll know what it is here in a minute.
Pierre dead. Was that DMC or DMT to Bongo Bongo?
I saw Death Mountain and then Bongo.
Yeah. DMC.
DMC.
So there's 2 DMC paths, one to Rova and one to Bongo? Maybe
Yeah.
Nocturne?
Yeah, my guess is Nocturne's on the bridge.
Let's see, we're gonna get it. Peek the top. More money. These scrubs. What's up, Rupee?
That looked like a blue pea to me.
Yeah, so Barry should have something for Twin Rova then?
Fairy, Crater Scrubs.
Right. The shop scrubs. It's been so long since I did a scrub sanity. Literally forgetting where they are.
And 10 is nothing. Well, it's a heart container, but nothing. Oh,
Slingshot off DMT Fairy.
okay, that'll be good for Child Spirit.
Yeah.
Maybe going into Jabil.
Maybe.
Not a whole lot.
Wild that the owl drops you on Cac Roof, by the way. Who puts children on roofs? Alright, we're gonna see Composer's Grave here.
Mm-hmm.
For chat, we did get a hint earlier that the Sun Song Grave is dead, which is why our runners are bypassing that one lone redead. They'll get to stay there undisturbed.
What do we got? Actually, we don't. We have all of our hints now.
Oh, between both runners, we know everything.
That we're gonna get, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
so,
no. We don't know Frogs 2 yet, technically.
Right, but for everyone, Frogs 2 is on location, so if either of these runners get into River with Child, they can check it then. Oh, there's Nocturne on Composer's Grave.
Curious.
What? Because we already have... What?
So... It could be... Song of Time?
Ooh, that'd be spicy.
Or Song of Time for either one of those, for like going for GTG logic, maybe. That's the only real song that it can be. The what's dead. The volcano top's dead. So then you've got what? Din's hovers, a bow, possibly.
Could it be Mirror Shield?
Yeah, Mirror Shield.
Could it be Storms to like bottom of the well?
Yeah, Storms is a candidate. I didn't realize we don't have Storms yet.
So still a lot of items it could be because the scrubs are in there. It's throwing me off. I just think, oh wow, there's this like one item in there then, and then the song, and I'm like, wait, we still have 3 scrubs.
Right. But those are all.
But we know
those are all hammer locked.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, because we got Path to Volvagia's Shadow Temple earlier. So we're pretty confident that that is something that leads to Hammer or Hammer. All right, on 10 is a Heart Container. So nothing on Skulls today. Heart Container is not a bad consolation prize, especially when both of our runners don't have too much in the way of hearts, especially Cola. They do have their tunics, so they won't have to manage the timer much, but it's just nice insurance. Yeah, so in these settings, there are no foolish hints, correct?
Correct. I just got another hint that I didn't have before.
Ruh-roh.
Okay. That was Stingers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even see that hint Alpha looked at. Alpha do a night market. Alpha could do treasure chest minigame. Cola was unable to do that earlier, as that was before Magic. So that's another thing that Alpha could check. Alpha will see the second bomb bag here in the Chew shop, though.
I'll be right back. 1 second.
Absolutely. So Cole's going to go double peek that hint if anyone missed the Stingers. Ring, chest, hint's going to be in this grotto. Alpha, let's see if Alpha grabs that extra bomb bag. Nah, I saw it was 190 and was like, I need money for other things, and just left it for now. But it's good to know that's there. Always a nice refill. And skipping treasure chest minigame to go straight into Bomb Chew Bowling first. So we saw Cola check Bomb Chew Bowling earlier. We know that this is going to be 5 rupees and a Skulltula token. Damn, you were fast. And it looks like Cola is going back to adult here. Alpha heading out to check Hyrule Castle Ferry. And yeah, Cola goes straight back to adult. Gonna put all those adult items to work. And by that, I mean that hook shot. Yep, immediately playing Minuet, gonna go into Forest and chase that path hint like you suspected, IT.
With the extra skulls in there, it's what? It adds 3 more checks in there, so it tells me, what, 8 checks?
And then, they're all very convenient skulls. It's not like some temples where the skulls are in lame spots. Shadow Temple. So it's nice to get in here and grab a lot really quickly. We have chat saying they got a feeling. Virgil's got a feeling there's a strengthened forest. We'll see. We still have a lot of items on the list. I'm hoping for some memes. Ooh, Alpha going for explosive money farming in the guardhouse. Don't see that too often.
I'm thinking pain, so we're gonna go with Din's Fire.
Din's Fire, that's a good pick. I was thinking, what would be painful? Din's, fire arrows at this point. I was thinking Scale, but we already have access to Domain from Lullaby, so there's not much Scale's doing except for Lake Hylia Rudo bottle. So, unlikely. Ooh, Alpha's going back for treasure chest mini game. Oh, Alpha wants the bomb bag. So that's what Alpha was farming rupees for. They were down to only a few explosives, so it is a good refill for them, and then the extra 10 bombs is always nice. Cola checked the Stalfos fight and then left immediately because, yeah, there's nothing else to do. Didn't get a key. Well, got one key. And they can't really do anything because they don't have bow, they don't have Song of Time. So whatever that path item is, it's beyond that entry. I have not seen the custom key model for the treasure chest minigame. For a second, I was like, did you just pull a spirit key out of there? What?
Yeah, that is one thing in these settings that I really do like, are that they just turn the custom key models on.
Yeah, it's fun. Left side the best side, too bad. Right side at the end.
And that's a big stab.
Big stab's nice to have. That's gonna speed some things up for Alpha. Looks like Cola's going for adult Goron City checks.
Might as well.
And it looks like Goron Link's paying out with 5 rupees. And it looks like Alpha's making their way to Song of Time to go adult as well. This will be the start of Alpha's Adult 2 at about 42 minutes. Ooh, we're checking Goron City Scrubs here in the back, Cola. Let's do it.
Yep.
I like this. This is good. Nice, very good. That's like one of those tricks that's not hard, but it's not easy. It's right nice in the middle. Iron boots.
Okay.
Got some sinkers.
That opens up water.
And nothing else of the other two. So far, the seed has not been greedy. It's been giving us some stuff to work with, just enough to keep a few options open. So I've been liking this so far. I like seeing the route divergence here between Cola and Alpha. Cola didn't really leave much behind in Shadow, though. The only thing they didn't do was treasure chest minigame, which big Goron sword, don't need it. So.
But it does make it fighting those Stalfos a little easier.
Oh, absolutely. Stalfos makes second phase Twin Rova free. Makes Phantom Ganon way easier. So it's definitely a nice item to have, especially when we have so much of the game left. He also skipped Castle Fairy.
Yeah, I didn't see anything back there.
Yeah, Castle Fairy was dead anyways. Yeah, and I didn't see anything in the back of the maze either. Yeah, so Cola's saving potentially a bit of time from those child checks if he can avoid going back. We're about to have our answer what this song is, though, in Crater. Oh, it is Song of Time. Good call. That could be the path.
Yeah, I would be bouncing back to... what you call it? Oh, never mind. Claim check. Yeah, that's a good idea. Turn it in while you're over here.
Oh, yeah.
Might also, you got the tunic. You might grab the bomb lock 10 over there if you want.
Hmm. Big Goron giving us our first strength upgrade so far this seed. That's very good.
Yeah, and I agree with this also. Not immediately working. We're going to go do DC first.
Yeah. Yeah, so much for strength and force. Yeah, no. Your force strength dreams are shattered. But luckily, Claim Check was just right there in Silo and Lon Ranch, so neither of these runners missed seeing it, and they definitely grabbed it, obviously. The Alpha will likely take a similar route here, clean up Goron City, go into Crater, and then go up and check Big Goron, because again, when else would you do this? And you get a song on the way. It's great.
It could be still a strength and forest.
There could be a strength. There could be a bow.
Whatever it is, it has to lock the bow. Whatever that item is. So as long as it locks something, you know.
Oh, sure. Going back for the scrubs at the back of DC here. Oh, the first scrub.
Wonderful. Heal up a little bit.
Oh, right. And we got the gold skull in this room, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're just going to see a lot of stuff that you don't usually peek when these settings are off.
Boom. Jump slash. Dead. Good stuff.
So we do have free Scarecrow song, so Kolo will be able to grab the Skulltula on the elevated platform in this hallway, but it's first going to grab this one. Yeah, we have not seen an Ocarina of Time teaches this seed. I think the only hint we've seen for songs is Burning Kakariko's Serenade.
Mm-hmm.
Another Deku stick. Wow.
Oh, wow.
I look at the bottom of the wall and Crater was just another Deku Theater hint. Ooh, wow. Alpha grabbing that huge rupee. So everything we're seeing on Kolo's side right now is new. We have not seen Dodongo's Cavern yet. So we're going to see a lot of new checks in here. These shop scrubs definitely add a lot of value to Dodongo's Cavern.
Mm-hmm.
Ocarina of Time teaching storms would be hilarious. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. That just made a whole hell of a lot more sense.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
yeah.
not Crater to Bongo. It's Trail to Bongo.
Oh, there we go. Which the only thing we found in Trail is strength, right?
Yup.
Okay. That does make more sense. So, Kola's allergic to equipping a shield, or did Kola just never buy the Hylian shield from Child Market?
Shields don't exist.
Oh, okay. We edited shields out of Kola's seed to make it more interesting for him. Yeah. Cole going for the quick spin there. I'm guessing looking for bomb drops. It's at least one. Alpha going back into Goron City, adult. And going back into Lost Woods? Alright.
Rush Ice?
That sucks, but yeah. maybe just check in river. Maybe gonna go down river here.
Either that or wants to confirm what song is where. Oh, there's worst scrub hint.
Right. I think that was based on Alpha's tracker. That's the last hint that he was missing, I believe, unless you saw that earlier. I can't really read his tracker. I just see that it's filled in.
He's missing one hint.
Yeah.
So what I have is GTG Center, Sungrave, Shadow Pot, Child or Adult Spirit, one of the two, Chickens, HBA 1000, 1500, Target, Pierre, Stingers.
Got it. And now you could add Ocarina of Time Teaches Prelude to the list, as we found that off of Open Grotto in River. That's gotta be all the hints, right?
That makes this play a little better.
Ooh, good point. Yeah, because now not.
This is either Bolero, which is a nice way back to Mountain, or this is Storms, which is just better in general.
Yeah. Locking Bomb to the Well is pretty lame because there's a lot of checks in there, but with Skull Sanity on, man, there's even more checks in there.
There's 3 more.
3 more's 3 more. That adds density. It's good. Granted, you gotta grab all the keys, but whatever. But yeah, Alpha definitely doing a Rush Ice play here. Won't be able to get that nasty Skulltula that we were talking about earlier behind the Silver Rock and Fountain, but not the worst thing.
Well, you need Silver and Hammer for it, so
yeah. But we can see the freestanding piece here. They can still check Fountain, Fairy. And we do have Iron Boots, so if there's anything good at the bottom of the fountain, we can scoop down there. And Cole just about to go down and fight Dodongo now. More bomb shoes, let's go. Yeah, unfortunately it looks like the Dodongo Cavern might not hold too much. We'll wait to see what DC himself has. But Cola did not come out with anything, unfortunately. Still strong play based on density, but now that we know where Ocarina of Time is, what it teaches, which is this prelude,
that's a bomb.
Not going to pay out. Yeah.
On the fountain.
All right. Alpha's going to be starting ice. Still new information. Got all the skulls in there as well. And Dongo. More bombs. Everyone gets bomb refills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no real good consolation prizes for Cola, unfortunately, for completing DC. But again, good call while there.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Cola might go back into Forest here and use that Song of Time to go start checking Courtyard.
Yep. Yep. OoT is Prelude. So this song will either be Storms or Bolero.
Yeah, both good songs like you mentioned to have. Yeah, to chat's point, all dungeons looking like not necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Alpha is working with one bottle in here. So not the most fun ice cavern, but doing it early with the song options we have. Good call. 30 Skulltula, 20 and 30 are dead. There's nothing, and then 40 and 50 are disabled in these settings. What does Zora Weekly mean? Zora is just the name of this time slot. So there are 4 different time slots for weekly races each week to accommodate time zones. Zora Weekly is just the Saturday at 11:1 for West Coast.
Okay. Interesting. So Dens and Ice.
We can melt the ice cavern now.
Is this Bow?
Okay, well, Dins is a great find. That gets us into Shadow Temple. Can't do too much without Hover still, but it gets us in. And then, Scale, not doing much right now, but cool to have.
Right.
As we were talking about earlier, Scale's just Lake Hylia, Child, Rudo's Letter, Bottle, and I guess if we get... Nah, Gold Scale doesn't even matter. We have Hookshot and Irons, who cares?
Okay, give me Rudos now. I want to be vindicated. Right? Give me Rudos.
Oh. No, okay, double defense is not it. That is not the path.
Vindicate me.
Yeah, it could still be Rudos. There's still some chests left. We haven't seen everything. And some skulls, like this skull. Let's see if it's holding a bottle. No, just a key, but it's an important key. It's the boss key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are no foolish hints in these settings. But there are a ton of hints. Let's see. Cola.
There's another key.
Another key, alright. Can keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's definitely going to end up getting bow locked. So whatever item he finds, Scott has to push him towards that at this point.
Not necessarily.
No?
No, if the well's a key, you can keep going. You need 2 keys right now to keep going.
Okay.
Okay, you can keep going.
Are we looking at a vanilla bow game?
Possibly.
Yeah, maybe. Whoa.
Okay, so
we're getting a lot of
keys.
Yeah.
So the back half of this is just loaded.
Cool.
Okay,
we're about to see what song? Storms. Storms is good. Okay, so that gives Alpha a lot of options now. Oh, there's the big chest.
Lame.
Huh. Mirror Shield is that one's a good one. I like that. That's funny.
Mirror Shield, the Phantom Ganon. Okay, I don't agree with this play.
Oh, leaving?
Yes.
So you would have suggested just keep going and check all the chests you can before leaving?
Yeah, you check. You go fight Stalfos too.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Especially since he could have just dropped wind. He dropped wind before leaving. This guy has magic. Yeah, Alpha choosing to take the Shadow Dip route, probably trying to look to save time on changing from adult to child, even though we do have well access now.
Skull.
Now, with the Rainbow Bridge being 6 medallions and Ganon's Boss Key also being 6 medallions, the only thing that Mirror Shield would do in there is light arrows, maybe, but that's can't be path to PG. So, looks like Cola's making a GTG play.
Either that or South Hyrule Field.
Yeah.
Nope, this is GTG.
Yeah, because Cola's riding straight past the remote grotto in the south. Nope, turn around.
Faked.
Psych. Just doesn't like jumping the fence, I guess.
No, I think it was, oh, I should check this while I'm over here, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh! Yeah. That's a thing, too, that Alpha can do now.
Oh, right, the Song of Storm Grottos. Yep, we have one here with the 2 scrubs. Yeah, going out of his way to go to Ice Caverns, that's going to pay off in terms of saving time with routing. He may be able to avoid a lot of back and forth that Cola might have to stumble into with that Song of Storms and Ice, but there is a big chest in Open Grotto in South Hyrule Field here. Let's see what it is. Oh, magic was just cool. Both magics were just hanging out free. One from the scrub in Lost Woods and one right there. And now Alpha's starting the forest. Let's see if Alpha goes all the way up. I think Alpha will go to Stalfos 2 and check Bow Chest. Ooh, Cullah taking a minute to reassess Dungeon Medallions, equipping Mirror Shield. Now having a shield. Yeah, Cullah has never bought Hylian Shield from Child Potion Shop, I guess. Oh, yeah, it took him an hour to equip his shield, but it's also taken us an hour to watch this wonderful restream today. Welcome, everybody. This is Zelda Speedruns. You're on channel number 3 as we're watching the Zora Weekly, aka the weekly races. We've been watching Cullah and Alpha, 2 excellent runners, playing the single-player version of the multi-world tournament settings. It's been a lot of fun. Commentating with me today is new IT guy. We also want to thank Mr. Moxie and Procrastinator AT for tracking, much appreciated. And we want to thank Trez for starting up the stream today, and it looks like DP Slacker took over in the interim, so thank you both of them for making this restream possible, as we like to get some weeklies up here every once in a while, as Jimbo seems to appreciate them.
Yep, and thank you for joining me here too today, Burrito.
Yeah, love to be here. Specifically for adult fishing, let's go. What Skulltulas are there to throw a curveball? I don't think Hunter's Skull.
Hunter's Skull isn't shuffled.
Yeah, that's disabled. That'd be extra cool.
It's only skulls in dungeons that are shuffled.
Mm-hmm. I would Water Temple has some
Pierre.
nasty golds, right?
Pierre's probably a pretty bad one because you know Pierre Chest is dead.
Oh, good point.
So you're going up there, but Pierre isn't that necessarily that bad because you're going for 2 skulls instead of 1.
True, because you have one on the climb up and then one in the room itself.
Right. There's
if we
some
didn't,
kind of crappy ones in water.
I forget. Is Pierre Shadow Temple long shot only, or can you hit that with hook shot?
Long shot.
That one could suck.
Yeah. You're talking about the one over the shortcut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was starting to think of
that one-
skulls, but I've been watching the MQ stuff, so I'm like, wait, no, that's an MQ skull.
Nope, that is a regular skull.
Yeah, I was thinking Jabu Jabu Octorok room with the 2 invisible keys, and then the stupid.
Yeah.
That one sucks. I hate that one. If ZL is used by IPA to transfer bodies. Wait, hold on, what? Oh, because of the fairy? Gorons and Zoras are helping link out a fear? I don't know. I don't know what the Hyrulean politics were post Hyrule Civil War. I don't think that's discussed in Hyrule Historia. Alright, so Alpha's gonna pull... What was in this box? I already forgot. Double defense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Cola is checking the scrubs in Lake Hylia, not pulling anything. My guess is Cola is going to leave Hylia and go back out to do GTG, but it looks like he might actually be going into water. I know you're here in Serenades on Nocturne, so you're not going to have Serenade for a while, but this isn't the worst place to get back to, and I know you can do a lot in water without a bow, but not having bow for water kind of always makes me a little nervous. Especially since he hasn't pulled Dins.
Yeah, Alpha said FW here, so I wonder if Alpha's going to continue in.
Yeah, I would like him to. That'd be cool. I want to know what's on Stalfos 2 now really bad.
Yeah, that mirror shield is kind of baity.
Yeah, absolutely. And for those who are like, what are you guys talking about? One of our paths is Forest Temple is to Phantom Ganon. So Forest Temple is to Forest Temple. And the only item we've seen so far is that mirror shield that could qualify. But there's still a chest we have access to because of the number of keys we have. So there still might be something else in here. But Cola chose an aggressive play and decided to leave it. So we're really curious if Alpha is going to continue to see what's on the second Stalfos fight, aka Bow Chest. Or if Alpha's just going to dip. It'd be really nice to know if that shield is path or not. I know, not leaving wind either is, I'm like, wow. Damn. Oh, looks like he's gonna use wind here, though.
Yep.
Yeah, we start with wind, and we've had magic, like, within 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're going back in.
Oh, yeah, here we go, baby. Climb for the fans, Alpha.
Oh, and we got a big chest on Cola's side in water. It's another slingshot. Okay.
Oh.
Biggie disappointment.
Alright, Cola setting the water level. Oh, going for the setup to get that cracked wall check.
Yep, this leaves one more check.
Man, I forgot Cola hasn't found shoes yet.
This is smart. Leave this on the twisted hallway.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do anything in here, but... Okay, dead.
Good.
Can't do this
All right.
round. Stalfos 2. What is
Let's
it?
see it. Everyone wants to know. We've been waiting on this one. Mirror Shield Path would be super interesting,
Weird.
Weird,
Yeah,
but interesting. Yeah, if this is something that could also be path for Forest, this might be a heavy punish for Cola here. If it isn't, Cola kind of got bailed out. Not a huge time loss that was mentioned in chat, like not pushing past lobby after that, but ooh, it is big. Uh-oh.
Show me Rudos. Give me Vindication.
Oh, you have full spirit access on adult side now with those.
Terrible.
And yep. Oh,
absolutely terrible. Okay.
That's gonna hurt for Cola.
Yep.
Especially since Alpha's already gone to an ice and found Dins, so we can even get all of the fire stuff in Spirit too. This is really good for Alpha.
See, it was a strengthened forest.
Virtual said strengthened forest just was one upgrade off. Granted, that could have been our first strength if they didn't go do Big Goron first. No? Oh, because they're behind push blocks.
Yeah.
So it was our second strength. Cool.
Yep.
Huh.
Oh. That's not nice.
Oh, fire arrows behind Silver Gauntlets and Colossus. That's smoky. Restream video come back? Are we having an issue on Twitch side here?
Oops.
Ruh-roh. Still have audio, no visual. Well, at least they can hear the dulcet tones of our voice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, Alpha's in Spirit Temple lobby pushing the big silver block, and Cola just did the gold Skulltula at the bottom, found a red rupee off of it. And now Cola is leaving water by playing Requiem. It's going to go straight to Spirit.
It's the reverse to GTG.
Yeah, because Cola's yet to found the strength too, so it's going to be reversing here. Yep, backwalking straight out of Colossus. Alpha inside the Lullaby room down here on the first floor, finding a small key.
Yep, that was probably the hint, was for adult.
Yeah. And then Cola checking Colossus Ferry here as Alpha works back into the BMOS room here on floor 1. And it's heading into the Boulder room. Not getting anything off of Colossus Ferry and save quitting. So deciding not to reverse and instead going back to Temple of Time.
Yeah.
Interesting play by Cola here. I also expected the reverse.
Okay, run back child.
Ooh, Alpha finding a big chest at the end of Boulder and Spirit Temple, which is our last wallet. So we got 999 rupees in the bag now. Alpha does not need to collect rupees anymore. Ooh, getting his butt slapped before getting the Song of Time block. Try and jump slash it, but having a hard time reaching with that big bronze sword still. Hits it. Gonna go for the peak. It is a key. He's gonna need to play Song of Time.
That is the boss key, I think.
Oh, is it the boss key?
It looked like it.
Welcome back, everybody.
Small one, but that was kind of boss key like. Nope, it's just small.
Nope. To be fair, the Spirit Temple key models are very similar in color to the boss keys. When they found the boss key off Skulltula in Forest, for a second I was like, wait, what the hell was that? Cola finally checking Hyrule Castle Ferry, which we know is nothing. So yeah, Cola now back in First Child 2 segment. I don't know when Cola's going to get around to doing ice, as it looks like Cola is trying to avoid it at this point. There's our boss key. Oh, there we go. If Zelda Speedruns ends up ever doing radio restreams, let me know. I got you covered. First Boa Twin Rova. That's some monkey paw stuff, Virgil. Don't do it.
Now there's three mirror shield lock checks in here.
Mm-hmm. And then we have a big chest on hand.
Though, anything in spirit could be the bow.
Right, like, 2 big chests. Stone of Agony.
I mean, if you throw it hard enough, it'll probably hurt someone.
Oh, absolutely. We just need we'll just dismantle our slingshot to use that one. Spirit's got a lot of big chests so far.
Not that one.
Token. Thank you, Slacker. Everyone thanks Slacker. Alright, Cola finally getting around to doing treasure chest mini game. We'll get the big Goron sword here, but not anything else. Let's see what the Skulltula is up here on Alpha's side. We have bomb refill. And what's in the big chest?
What's in the box?
Boomerang! Oh. Yeah, baby!
Put that back.
Wait. Hold on. Yo, this rules.
No, we're gonna put that back.
To your point earlier, you were saying that anything in Spirit could be half
right,
because of that strength too.
Yeah, we're not assuming that it's necessarily the mirror shield. There's only 3 things that are specifically locked by the mirror shield, but technically anything that's strength 2 locked can also be the first bow.
Yeah.
Or God forbid, we're looking for a strength 2 locked strength 3 for like OGC, and then we just cry a little and die inside, but you know.
Oh yeah, OGC, that's a very good point. Because it's 6 medallions, the only thing strength 3 is really good for is light trial for light arrow or OGC for something. First bow to OGC would be sad. Well, yeah, we'll have the bards write poems about it. I've never done the Anubises in this room the way Alpha just did, and it looked way easier than the way I do it.
That's the setup if you don't have bumper boots.
Right.
Otherwise,
half the time I just hit them and then I give up and use fire or something.
Okay, there's one.
Yeah. To chat's point, if strength 3 is strength 2 locked, Cola's gonna have a bad time because he'll eventually get back around to going again as force. There's bow. Okay, so
it's
that's
just strength 2 locked.
Yeah.
Which Cola is still in for currently a bad time.
Yeah, still a bad time because he made the decision to orphan those last 2 checks in forest beyond the push block room. So we don't know when he's going to get around to it. Clearly, that's not what he's doing right now. It looks like he's playing Eponas to go to Valley and then to Fortress for GTG.
There's another key. We need that. Oh, there is a big chest on Child's side.
I was about to say, was that a big chest on the other hand? It sure was.
Yep.
We don't have long shots, so we can't grapple over there. So Alpha might decide to go back and go through the sunblock room.
Yeah, you do have dens.
Would he need more magic?
No, that's an. Man, it's really hard to see that bar.
I know. It looks like it's about at half, which I think you could still fire 2 dins off.
It's not. Right? It's not at half. It's less than half. It's like
45%.
3/8.
Commenters squinting, like, what is that?
It's like 3 out of 8, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I think Alpha opted not to use Dins on those Anubises specifically to save magic. Right. Even though you could get magic out of these slugs, but whatever. Which that's what he'd be doing right now.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, to chat's point, bailing early on a path item hit, it's always something where these runners have been in these situations before, right? They're either like going to say, all right, well, the other 2 checks I'll get to eventually. I have to come back to forest. Yeah, something could be there, but I found something that I could act on. Even if not, I can act on it immediately, so maybe this is just telling me it's much later. This is just one of those situations where Cola playing more aggressively is doesn't look like it's going to be paying off. Cole is an extremely strong runner, though. So for all we know, he can just pull it back, or he can get bailed out here in GTG.
Yeah, and normally when you have when your dungeon is pathing to the same dungeon its boss is in, it's usually a forced double dip anyway.
Right. Sure, Monchi. I'll write down that question for you if we get some interviews going on. Alright, so Cole entering into GTG, which we haven't seen any of yet. Still missing Bo, but still a lot Cola can do in here.
Mm-hmm.
And having songs opting to start going right to see the freestanding item.
Right, and right also gives you access to the maze.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, with the hint being could possibly be Song of Time. You know, it could be, oh, well, it's Strength 2's in the maze or something. Because it's pathing to Rova.
Right. Yeah, also I forgot Alpha pulled fire arrows, which are obviously far more efficient than Dins. Mm-hmm. I think this room's way easier with fire arrows than Dins.
Yeah, it's only two, whatchamacallits?
Yeah, 2 uses, but I always mess up the spot that I'm supposed to stand in somehow. It's because I don't check my notes. I'm like, is this in range? Probably. No? Damn. Alright, we're about to see what's in this big chest beyond Child Side Iron Knuckle.
Bottle number 3?
Number
2?
I think it'd be number 2. Oh, Ruda's letter. You were right. It was a bottle.
Yeah.
Found Boomerang and Ruda's letter in spirit. Cola finding a bid box, though, in the Megaton Hammer room of GTG. That's the long shot. Okay, so that's the GTG to Morpha done.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one path resolved. And we've resolved the path to PG. So we still have the path from Death Mountain Crater to Rova, which was Song of Time, I suppose? Since that got us Mirror Shield?
Yes. Well, it also got a Strength too.
Yeah, good point. Alright, so... And then Death Mountain Trails to Bongo's Strength 1. Or, yeah. Okay.
Hold on.
Well, because I don't think I remember we found anything else in Trail. Cola peeking the Megaton boulders. Outside Valley, didn't get a good look earlier. It's a small box.
Yeah. I was thinking how if it was maybe somehow like where Brutus falls on that list of things. But yeah, it could just be there's a key locked with Strength.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, good log shot strat there from the Silver Boulder ledge over to the crate, which is a nut. Gonna go for the jump slash recoil for waterfall check. Nope, fell right in the water, unfortunately. Taking a dip.
Just gonna go back into water.
Yeah, with long shot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He did find boss key earlier. Alright, Alpha already on double dynamite, so good first phase.
Mm-hmm.
And with that big horn sword, this is just a easy one cycle for Alpha. Not to jinx it or anything. You're checking skulls in Gerudo's Valley?
Valley skulls aren't shuffled.
Yeah. It's just
It's
dungeon
only
tokens that
dungeons.
are. It's a good compromise, I think, because if you need, like, say, like, you're just not finding 10 tokens for whatever reason out of the shuffle, then you can still chase overworld skulls.
Right.
Cola raising the water level. And is going to go straight into the Morph fight.
It's full scrub sanity and only dungeon skull sanity.
Mm-hmm. Now, for the multi-world tournament, it is teams of 3, I believe.
Yep.
So that's why this is considered the single-player version of those settings. So not 1-to-1, but still good practice for any runners this week.
Right.
Alpha getting ready with that wind.
Got the grab.
Mm-hmm. Good grab from Cola. Got in the door jam.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
And done.
Yep. Clean, quick kill for Cola. So Alpha using Wind and Spirit Temple to get back up to Twisted Hallway in Forest, and is going to go check the eye switch in the push block maze, not forgetting it. And then we're likely to see Alpha clean up the rest of Forest.
Yeah, we did see all of the scrubs.
Yeah. Yeah, all Dodongo's cavern scrubs were checked by Cola. Cola did a thorough sweep and unfortunately did not get paid out in it. Cola saving, quitting back to Temple of Time. Going back to Child. Maybe Child Spirit side? We know it's not required from seeing Alpha get through Adult side, but there could still be something over there. It's true, chat.
There should be a key over there.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're right.
And yes, it's going to take Cola into Jabu. Well, Cola's got to fully climb, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The...
Okay, condom. Nice.
Neighbors love. Love to see it.
Mm-hmm. Gotta have protection. Everyone's here safely.
And that does lead us to all of our spells. We're still missing blue fire arrows for all of our magic arrows. And I guess light arrows. The less important light arrows.
Letters in the silver gauntlet chest.
Yeah, letters was in the silver gauntlet chest, and then the boomerang was... See, I was trying to remember what chest boomerang in. Was it the chest near the Megaton hammer switch up on the ledge? Because if it was that one, Kola can't reach it. Left hand main room? Okay. So at best, Kola... Yeah. Oh, is that a big chest back there? Yeah, sure is. There is a big chest on Child side. Oh, there's our last slingshot.
Yay, slingshot. Nice void.
Mm-hmm. Cool to play it safe, seeing how that fire keys. I'm gonna check what's on the Skulltula, and there's the key, like you said.
Yep.
And Cola going back. And Alpha making their way through the falling ceiling. Taking on third post sister, so almost to basement. 4 seems shorter when you split it up over 2 visits.
Mm-hmm. We already have sling percent.
Yep. Cola is at 50. For their Deku Seed capacity. Alright, so I'm about to run into Meg here in the main room, and then, yeah, Cola's just going to go all the way up he can in Spirit here. We know that this is going to be a Skulltula token from Alpha's check earlier. And we're going to see Sunblock Broom complete with a stick. And Alpha is going to finish pushing in the bottom here. Still a chance for something else to appear here in Forest, but we are...
3 chances.
Yeah.
2. 1. One more chance.
Mm-hmm. We are starting to collect most of our items here.
Mm-hmm.
We just need hammer and light arrows and hovers.
And hammer should be in shadow at this point.
Yeah, there's not really anything that can lead to hammer at this point.
Strength 3.
Strength 3.
Yeah. That's about it.
Cola getting key locked out of the last door, it looks like, so playing Nocturne.
Yeah.
This looks to be... Actually, what is Cola doing here? Because haven't done ice yet, so can't do Song of Storms.
Oh. Not well.
Yeah. Ooh, good quick kill by Alpha.
Zora's River, maybe?
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. I'm just like...
Frogs?
Maybe. Yeah, it could also be going adult, since we don't have Prelude. Yeah, I'm like, I don't think there's much left to do as child. Oh no, it is going river. He's going river. Could be checking Frogs 2 hint. And also... I could fill up his wallet.
Yep. Alpha going back and reversing to GTG.
Yep, gonna check the Desert Colossus Ferry on the way, which we know does not have anything in it, but you're here, might as well check it out. Ooh, Cole getting a bean. That Cucko doesn't want to cooperate.
What, 4?
So Cola's skipping the frogs. Oh, right, it hasn't checked Open Grotto yet up here. And then, yep, Alpha gonna reverse. So we'll see what's on Wasteland Torches here on Alpha side. And then see more done in GTG, since Alpha's going in there a bit more loaded on items than Cola was.
Lab dive is dead.
Yep, just another 20. I suppose Cola's going to do domain while up here. No time to play songs, it's time to fly in. Alright, nothing exciting on Wasteland Torches. Fun fact. Randomizing the Skulltulas would double the value there if Overworld was shuffled, but it's not. So, still just Wasteland Torches. Now, Alpha could also load up, get some chews here if he wanted to from Carpet Salesman, but he's already found a couple packs, so I think he's fine.
I mean, you got the money.
You do. I don't even know how many chews he has. I've been watching when he pauses. He has at least 15, unless he's used some. It's gonna peek what's on top of Fortress here. Ooh, there's a big box. I don't believe Cola checked that earlier. I think Cola just did Thieves Hideout and then went it straight into GTG. Now, to your point, we do know that one item is left in Shadow Temple to Volvagia, which is looking to be just Hammer. So at best, that box could be Kokiri Sword, light arrows, our second scale.
I thought it was
another bottle.
Shot. I thought Cola checked it. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, was that the second slingshot?
I
forgot.
Who knows?
We're about to find out. Cole about to see what's on Domain diving here on the left side. Domain has not paid out yet. And our container. And Cola is going to play Nocturne again and leaving. Maybe this will be a play back to market. Oh, there are hover boots. Forgot about hover boots. There's hover boots on top of Fortress, so Cola definitely did not check that.
Nope, did not. Okay, so we're in go mode basically. Yeah, we're in go mode.
Yeah.
All Cola's got to, or all Alpha has to do is find the long shot here in the hammer room, and then hovers could not.
So the question in chat is, could hover boots and Shadow Temple be on the path of Volvagia? Couldn't hovers be in the front of Shadow Temple and then lead to the back? Would that work? Yeah.
But you'd have to have a free hammer that isn't blocked. Well, not even that. The game would still try to pick one for it. I don't know.
So maybe. We're gonna say it's a maybe. My maybe question is, how long does Alpha stay in GTG? If Alpha finds
Alpha finds
the
the
long
long
shot,
shot and bails.
yeah,
Alpha's in
you
go
think
mode.
yeah, he might just set wind and just leave if he wants to be safe about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, based
At
off the
that point,
paths.
I'd have Ganon tell you where it's at.
Ooh, good point. Yeah, save some time.
And then he says, inside my castle, and then we cry because we're going on a strength 3 hunt.
Ooh, maybe. I mean, it could just be in Force Trial, just right there.
True. Okay, is dropping that here. Okay, time for Shadow.
Time for Shadow.
Nope, time for Water.
Nope. Oh, save Quit to get into GTG and then leave to go to Valley to go to Water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Water's closer to here. You don't have Serenade.
That makes sense. Yeah. And then Alpha did drop Wind there just in case they have to come back later for anything. But Alpha, paying attention to their hits, figured, okay, I'm probably in go mode. I'm just going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cola looks like they're back in Lost Woods.
This is ice now.
Yeah, this would be ice. You're right. So finally getting around to ice, an hour and 40 in. We'll find storms there. And we'll find Din's fire there. Now, Alpha was actually able to avoid going in the bottom of the well. So it'll be curious to see if Cola gets baited to going in the bottom of the well. Hmm?
For now.
For now.
We don't know where those light arrows are at.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, like, he hasn't needed to up to this point after fighting storms, but Cola, who hasn't found Strength 2 in Forest, might go bottom of the well, dense. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since Cola was unable to get Boomerang and Ritter's Letter out of Spirit, so he's not going to get baited into going to Jabu, at least.
Okay, it's going to get rid of the warp point at GTG.
All right, well, that's not terrible. Like, what, at most, that's like, what, a little over a minute to get back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so not a huge time loss if he has to go back to GTG. Where did we stumble upon Hovers? Hovers was a chest
Fortress
at the top
roof.
of the fortress. Yeah. So. Yeah, Cola did not check that when they were there. They just went in, did Thieves, hideout to get a key, and went straight into GTG. So Alpha's just going to be hunting for the boss key, which we know is not too deep within water, thanks to Cola checking earlier. So Alpha will probably be looking in here for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes before finding the key. And Cola is going to head straight into ice here. Yeah, I don't think at this point there's anything that would bail Cola out.
Mm-hmm. Another strength?
Yeah, I mean, that'll help. Yeah, unfortunately, he ended up doing Child Side Spirit, which isn't a lot of time, but didn't need to do it.
The thing is that mirror shield doesn't unlock anything.
No, it's all the strength too.
Right. So I'm believing that is the only strength that is available. That isn't strength 2 locked.
Yeah, it's very possible that Strength 3's sitting in Gets inside Gan's castle.
Mm-hmm.
And again, our win condition here is 6 medallions, activates the Rainbow Bridge, and also gives by again its boss key. So once you get in there, you just check where Light Arrows is.
Yep, no reason to sit there and search for them. Ganon will tell you where they're at.
Yep.
Okay. I don't remember where Cola found the boss key in here at. But,
It's a room where the walls are really narrow. I forget which room it was. It wasn't in there where Alpha just peeked. It was.
the wall are really near.
Yeah, and it wasn't the South Skulltula either. I think. I don't think it was this check. It was like the one he did after this one.
I don't know if J worthy, but definitely.
What do we mean by J worthy? For anyone wondering.
Jet.
No, I wouldn't call this a jet scene. It's hard to tell though because I haven't seen obviously the
It's just
single player version of these
Alpha
settings,
did it very, very cleanly and did basically the most optimal way of not checking the things you don't need to check.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we talked about earlier, he avoided doing Child Side Spirit, Bomb of the Well so far. We don't know where Light Arrows are, so they could be hiding in there.
Right.
He got that.
I was gonna say, also recognized in Forest when he saw the mirror shield to keep going.
Yeah. Because he knew at this point, like, okay, 6 medallion bridge, that already eliminates a mirror check for Forest Pass. So like we got three specific checks in Spirit. There could be a different thing in here, and sure enough, there was Strength too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, never went to Dongo's Cavern.
Yeah, it very easily could have been mirror shield. It was just that's kind of a weaker path.
Mm-hmm.
Since it only gives you 3 checks.
Yeah, I think this is the boss key. Yeah, here we go.
Okay. Boss key is on Dragon Chest.
Yeah, I thought Cola had a stronger start fighting that bomb bag in Night Market, but then Alpha found the other bomb bag immediately in Kokiri's sword chest, so didn't really end up being a huge deal.
I don't know if I'd call it lucky routing either, just followed the logic. And
yeah, there's a lot of strategy here still, like recognizing to leave GTG once they found the long shot.
Right.
There are definitely some runners who would opt to be like, I don't want to have to come back here, and they keep looking, not realizing that they're effectively in glow mode.
Right.
Definitely the play was rushing ice early. I think that's where Alpha's routing stood out. I don't know how many of the racers of the sea would have done the same. Because Alpha was doing ice at like the 40-minute mark or something, so like an hour ago.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is all accessible, so everything has to be available. This isn't like League where it's required only.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna check this just because it's always the right time to do it, and nothing.
Yep.
So at some point, Rudos is going to be in the equation. Like the worst thing that we're probably gonna see is we have to go back Child to go to Jabu to get Light Arrows out of Jabu or something. Or Unhindered Strength 3 hunt, you know, those are always fun.
Right.
Oof.
Oh no. Alpha, you have lens? He doesn't want to equip it. Alpha, we were just complimenting you so much. You can't void twice in the first room of Shadow, please.
Fire source and ice.
Fire Arrows was the Silver Gauntlet rock in
Yeah.
Desert Colossus, so the Scrub Grotto. So actually, kind of a nasty spot for them, but convenient, considering like you grab that, then you immediately go into the spirit. So Alpha's gonna find Megaton Hammer in here somewhere. So we'll see a Fire Temple after Shadow Temple, and then we're gonna learn where Light Arrows are if Alpha doesn't walk into them in the meantime.
Mm-hmm. Very likely they could just be in, like, you know,
Yeah, absolutely. Only awkward part is that it seems that Bolero is on Prelude, so we're gonna have to walk back up, but whatever.
Mhm.
And Cola finished Ice, going back into River though. Unfreezing King Zora. Got it. I was like, what is he doing? And then I saw he had blue fire equipped.
Mhm. So this is not strength 2 locked.
King Zora or what
Yeah,
Alpha's doing?
Unfreezing KZ.
Oh, okay.
No, Alpha's doing alpha things right now, and that's fine.
True. Found boss key already. Invisible spinning blade room.
And there's
Oh, and then there's another key. All right, King Zora, what do you have for us?
See anything?
No, there's a piece of heart. I was just curious if there's more money. Fill us up. Alright, so it looks like after checking King Zora, Colossia quit and went back to Song of Time, and is going to go back to Child. Probably going to Well here. And Alpha is in the falling spike room here. The Crushers. Alpha remembering, I gotta shoot that gold Skulltula. Hearing it as he stands up there. You know, bundle of arrows when you only got 7? I'll take it. Wait, did I even give him any arrows?
Yeah, I gave him 7.
Oh, okay, gave him 7.
Alright, so that is the reason why Shadow is strength locked.
Because of that key in the Crusher room.
Mm-hmm.
Love Bongo Bongo's strength paths. Alright, we did get a hint earlier that there's nothing that we need in the pot room. So Alpha likely going to skip that unless I'm forgetting. Cola did not get the Strength 2 in Forest Temple. It was on the bow chest in Forest Temple, so beyond the push block room. After fighting Mirror Shield, he opted to leave, leaving the chest past the first twisted hallway, so the boss key chests.
Yep.
And the bow chest. And it's no spamming. You're good. commentators and the rest of everyone here is here to answer questions and have a good time watching some Ocarina of Time Randomizer restreams as Cola drains the well. How are people going to get their water now? Always clear path locations. It's good advice. Cola is an aggressive player, and that aggression's paid off for him. Alpha finding Zora's tunic.
Yep, you're still checking these. Because if it's a light arrows, then you're not getting your hint from Ganon.
So my question now is, we still have plenty of checks in here, obviously. But theoretically, could that Zora tunic be the only thing in here, and it's a path to Volvagia via Water Temple, like Central Pillar? Because obviously it's not the bottles with bugs in it.
Yeah. Let me just pull out something.
Alright, well, New IT does the hard work. We get to see Alpha check the Skulltula near Pierre. Get in a huge rupee and be like, nah, I don't need it, my well's already full. And it's going to play the fairy. And Cole is heading off to Dead Hand in Well. Yeah, no soil skull hunt, because again, as we talked about earlier, the overworld Skulltulas are not randomized. We're not going to need to go around as child playing in the dirt. And Alpha's going straight into the back of Shadow Temple here. Got a few checks back here to see.
Yeah, if it's Zora Tunic, it is exactly Central Pillar.
Alright, thank you for checking.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if fewer Tunic logic was applied to the toilet or not.
That's a good point. Nope, something behind the wall. I think it was a big chest. Yep. Please save us from a water temple revisit. Okay, nope, another bottle.
Okay, so we need 4 bottles.
Mm-hmm.
And that will let us somehow be full. Yep, I think that's right.
You have to drop blue fire when Volvagia is underground and burn her out. Is there a tunic locked skull in water?
Actually, yeah.
There's hammer.
I was gonna say we have all 3 wallets though.
Oh, right, that would open up the shop.
Available, so yeah.
To answer your question, Munchie, I don't believe there's a skull locked in water via tunic. I think they're all accessible without it. Yeah, that's right. Forgot about wallet logic there. So yeah, definitely just hammer. Yeah. Not gonna get baited by tunic today. Hammer was just the 3rd to last check in this dungeon.
And there is an extra key in water. I'm trying to think if there's a world where a small key on Central Pillar plus a certain layout can make those skulls technically key locked.
Oh, that's a good point. I'm not familiar enough with key logic.
Yeah,
specifically
I know
water.
Fire and Spirit pretty well,
Uh-huh.
but my water logic is basically everything's either not or 5.
Right. Wall logic still in play in Shop Shuffle. Yeah. So like IT said earlier, because we had access to wallets so quickly and easily, that puts the purchasable tunics in logic.
Right. Light arrows are required. We just don't care where they're at because Ganondorf will tell us where they're at.
Yes. So after Alpha finishes Shadow Temple here, we're going to see Alpha go to Fire Temple, and if he doesn't find light arrows in that time, he's just going to go straight into Ganon's castle, straight up to the big man, and ask him where he keeps the gun.
Mm-hmm. Ha ha ha! You'll never find my light arrows in this place I'm about to. No, dang it! They did it again.
It's a good bit. Quick kill by Alpha there on Bongo. Again, Big Goron Sword making that a little bit easier.
Yeah. Not 100%.
You'll get that token, no! I think the only curveball we can see at this point is some Strength 3 shenanigans, but I think Alpha is pretty much on the path to finish this seed probably in the next 30 minutes.
Depends on where the keys are on fire, and then where
Ooh,
the
good point.
lineups are at.
Yeah, you can get some nasty key placements in fire.
Or keys be right next to both.
Yep.
And then you're done.
I had my favorite fire seed the other day. The first key was on Wolf, so I just had to go kill Wolf. Yay!
Nice.
Don't have to worry about climbing for now. A short fire is a good fire, in my book.
Okay, so this is gonna be Frogs 1 and 2 for Cola.
Cola's stretching. He's doing everything he can to not go back to Force for those 2 chests that he decided to not check, which is understandable. Yeah, you make that play and you want to commit to it, because once you're going back and walking it over, then you're not really saving much of any time. But he's gonna have to do that because we still haven't found that other strength upgrade, and it's starting to look strength 2 locked.
Storm Scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
This could be it. This could be a strength.
Could be. Scammed on our money, and scammed on our money. Nope, double scammed. Scrub scammer grotto.
Scrubs. The what you call it song. Frogs 2 can be strength.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Frogs 1 can be strength also. If we didn't see that already.
No. The only person who was here with Child was Cole earlier, and he walked by Frogs.
Yeah.
But I think that's what he's going to do right now, so we're about to find out.
Old Skull Cholotoka. Okay, Frogs 2 is dead.
Okay.
Frogs 1. This can be it because Storm's is strength 2 locked. Logically, at least.
Right, because we found Storms and Ice, and to get Rudo's letter, we would need to go into adult side of Spirit.
Yeah. Not necessarily. Lights inside my castle is a 50-50 for strength 3 hunt. Outside my castle is 100%.
There you go.
There are 16 checks in Ganon's castle. Only 8 of them are not strength.
Does that 16 include the scrubs in the basement?
Okay, there are 20 checks in Ganon's castle.
Had to verify.
And only 12 of them are not strength 3 locked.
Boom. Oh, happy 2 hours, everybody. We're here in Zelda Speedruns on channel number 3 with the Zora Weekly, which is one of the 4 weekly time slots that happen on the weekends. This rule set is the multi-world rule set being used in the multi-world tournament, except slightly modified for single player, as the weekly tournaments are often single player. The multi-world tournament will be 3-player though, but commentating with me today is new IT guy. And of course, we've been watching 2 wonderful streams from Cola and Alpha. Great route divergencies. And really strong play this seed. And then we want to thank Mr. Moxie and Procrastinator AT for tracking. And of course, we want to thank Trez for starting up our restream today, and Slacker for continuing it and fixing any things that come up. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here.
Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, always love being here for some OoT rando. Child Fishing, what do you got, Nut?
I don't know what Cola still has left.
Cola has My Hopes and Dreams and Waterfall and Valley.
Right.
Because missed up the recoil.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna backwalk out there as Child to do it with the Cucka. That'd suck.
I have to.
All right. To your point earlier, I am curious to see how far Alpha is going to have to go up Fire Temple to find this boss key. Already pulling keys out. And using Song of Time to get up to the Gold Skulltula. And nope, Cola taking the owl to get back to market quickly. And likely going back adult here. As other than that waterfall, just missing what to do. Alpha getting a little smooched by the like.
Yep.
While the temple throws dinner plates at him.
The
Ooh, there's our 1 rupee. The one green one.
The like cannot steal tunics.
Oh yeah. Hey. Good point.
Or your mirror shield can only steal Hylian shield away from you, which is nice.
Could also steal Deku's child and Weller.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it can steal any of the consumable shields, but it can't steal anything other than that.
Okay. Cola playing Nocturne. This might be a Shadow Temple dip, as I don't believe Cola's got in there yet.
Alright, there we go. There's your boss key.
Okay, so we were one step before climbing.
Yeah, we're still in the lava room, so it's not terrible. It's in the first 5 checks of fire.
Yeah, as long as you could avoid the room with the fire elevator with the block, I think it's a good fire temple.
Right.
Those keys suck, dude.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we know that there's nothing in the front of Shadow here, so this is not going to pay off for Cola. He's running out of checks, though, so he's going to have to go back to Forest at some point. And Alpha is starting Volvagia here. Stream dead again.
Oh.
Is it all input? You guys still got audio again? Are we back in radio mode? It's because it's Saturday. Twitch wants to take a day off. We back? Thank you, Slacker. Welcome back, everybody. You missed a very hot start to Volvagia.
There were some bombs that dropped and
some crouch stabs going on. Yeah, Alpha having a good time here on Volvagia. Poke. And nice quick kill there. Big Gorn Sword reduces the number of bombs you really need to drop there, so saves a little bit of time.
Must think it's in the toilet.
Oh, yep, going for silver rupees. You can't ban me for fire jokes. These jokes are lit. Calm down. I'm cooking over here in the kitchen. And I'm hungry. Alright, so Alpha has his 6 medallions. He's going to go straight into Gan's castle, and he's going to find where those light arrows are. Well, get the hint at least.
Yep.
Again, the only curveball here would be Strength 3.
Yeah. And with the Burrito's Spicy Band, if you'd like to join the comms booth,
wow,
there is a nice restream form that you can fill out to help join us. We always need trackers and we always need commentators. And thank you for letting me segue off that.
No, you're fine. That was a good segue. I applaud that one. Yep, Cola checking the toilet. I think this toilet's going to flush his hopes and dreams, though, and sure enough, it does. And save. He's just... Nope, out of here. Bye.
Well, what else is in there? It's only Strength 2 locked.
Yep. Nothing else in there.
Can't do Ice Switch because no bow.
I don't think he's done the Southmost room yet, and I guess he's gonna go check the chest. in the maze here that you climb up to.
Makes sense.
Oh, smart. I never use the hook shot there. I just climb. And Alpha's climbing up. Take out those dinos. They're extinct for a reason. And it's because they're blocking Ganondorf. Yeah, I guess the only thing Gola could do here is check this chest and then check the Wolfos chest. And then I guess there is... That's it, actually. Oh yeah, it still hasn't even gotten Bow. That's also in spirits.
Right.
Alright.
My bet would be Jabu.
Jabu?
Probably.
That'd be an ugly one, especially since we know it's not the Stinger's chest from a hit. So they have to actually like go further with Jabu.
Given they were all strength 2 locked, it could be deep. Obviously, it could be like any part of fire because we didn't go into fire hardly.
Right. Haven't set foot in. Well, I guess we just not well because Cola was there, cleaned it out.
Yeah, we saw well. But you know, you've got Alpha could think it's in DC. Cola ended his dip right before Stalfos. He did every other check except for going through Boulder Maze, or going through the push block maze and actually doing it the way that Nintendo intends you to do the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Where you get
Right,
2 keys and
Fire Temple.
Fire Temple. Yeah, well, there you go.
That's a safe bet, especially since we found so many keys at the bottom of Fire.
Right.
Now the question is, where is it? In before highest Goron.
I'm thinking it's gonna be on the 2 Pierre skulls, just to add insult to injury.
That's a good one.
Oh,
Even Megaton Hammer would be good.
Okay, so here we go. Cola forgot about this. This is gonna be a slap, but is going to get the hovers here, and then can actually go and do some of Shadow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not too bad. Dipping Shadow is not like that much of a time loss. So it's not
really
too bad.
Time loss. It's just not intended.
Right. I forget. Can you do Bongo with a hook shot?
Yes.
Okay.
You can do Bongo with a sword.
Oh yeah, good point.
I don't recommend it, but
No,
you
it does suck.
can do Bongo with the sword.
You're correct. Because I was like, is there anywhere in here that we can get bow locked? But I don't think so.
No, there's nothing that's bow locked in fire or in Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the end, unless you have long shot. But for our purposes,
sure.
no.
You know, that's a good point though. We still haven't found our other 2 bow upgrades either.
Well, I mean, our other 2 bow upgrades. What we're gonna have probably a vanilla bow, I would think, on CAC archery.
Oh yeah.
And then the other one's probably just chilling in IGC.
Probably.
Or they're both in IGC.
looks like Cola's just gonna clear out Shadow Eyes here, which is a good call. And Alpha starting up. I didn't see what was in shortcut. I was looking at Cola do the invisible blade runes with a long shot. Sure, he's gonna get his hammer. That'll allow him to go do fire, since we know he's not gonna get bow locked in fire for at least getting the boss key.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, another key up there in the other Goron cell. Yeah, all these keys we're finding is just going to keep pushing light arrows later and later. But we still got those 2 Pierre skulls, to your point. And this skull. Wow, more keys. Nothing in that cell. First finisher around 220. No, a little bit later than that because I think Ganondorf and Ganon usually take like 5 minutes combined, 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's shorter than that, but I mean we gotta find if we find the light arrows right now, it's possible, but you'd have to FW immediately back, which Alpha does have it set there, and then you gotta have a near perfect Ganondorf and Ganon.
Yeah. I've been having good gains recently. My Ganondorfs have been stinky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my games are usually the bad ones, but
yeah. So yeah, sub 230 looking more likely, maybe like 224. Another key. Which I guess, I was about to say, is he climbing past that? I think you need more keys still.
yeah, you definitely need one more. All right, is it here?
Nope.
Aww.
All right, so we still got highest Goron. We have the Megaton hammer chest. We got the compass chest.
It's like a normal fire temple. You have to climb all the way up.
Yeah. I think sub 230 for these settings is still really good, though.
Mm-hmm.
So Alpha definitely needs strong plays here.
I don't know how you route this any better than this. I mean...
Yeah, honestly...
with a spoiler, you know, okay, I don't need to check this chest. I don't need to waste time checking this, but...
Yeah, Alpha really routed this super well.
Right.
I can't really think of any routing decisions that really lost him any time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Alpha kind of killed it. I think the main differences between these two was Cola did choose more aggressive plays, and it didn't pay off, unfortunately, for Cola.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, highest Goron. This could be it. Unless let's go Kiri's sword.
Unless it's exactly K sword for hammer chest being the light arrows, yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Here we go. What's in the box? There you go. There's your light arrows. You avoided having to go all the way up to Megaton at least.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's get some hype for Alpha going into Ganondorf and Ganon here. We are still missing the two bows.
Yeah,
We'll never know.
They've got to be bow locked.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I forgot Fast Boat was on.
Oh yeah, you know what? I earlier I was like, wow, Alpha got through the boat really fast, and I didn't even register with me because I think I was watching Cola at the time because I was like, this is fairy. I have time fairy.
Right, and Cola's just like getting down, it's like zoo.
Mm-hmm. Cola's hitting the nitro here, trying to clean out Shadow as fast as possible. Highest Goron bow locked? No? No, because the key in the fire wall was it was a junk. That chest was junk. So, Cola could get light arrows, but not too useful without a bow. Good quick kill for Alpha and Ganondorf onto Ganon himself. And Cola's got Megaton Hammer. Now, if we do get Alpha in for an interview, I will make sure I ask him if he has problems reading his magic meter because of the color. Key on Volv with Hammer in Shadow.
But was Volv the extra key?
I don't remember.
I wasn't paying attention to Shadow key or to Fire key.
No, me neither. Fire and Temple on it being so late, I wasn't really stressed about it.
Yeah, but I don't believe that we had enough keys to go past the what you call it. We had enough keys to go past that room, which makes it, I believe, not bow lock because you can just jump over the back.
Right. That tail sucks. Bonk. Get him, Alpha. Alright, get ready with your GGs for Alpha. Coming in just a little under 222.
Like a 221.59.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's what. Yeah. His timer on his stream says 221.57. So something around there. There you go. And that's the first place finish in this race too. Congratulations to Alpha. Very good routing. Very well executed. Definitely paid to be thorough on those path hints. If Cola was just as thorough and just went that one check further, this race would have looked a lot closer between these two. But I always love seeing Cola's aggression, so didn't hate the play. Just unfortunate it didn't work out. Just I guess nasty places on that strength 3 upgrade and those 2 other bows. And it looks like Cola's finally getting around to go back to Forest. Oh, okay. Oh, nope, never mind. Play a minuet and, yeah, going straight to fire. You're all right. Welcome in Alpha. Congratulations. How you doing?
Yo, thanks, GG's.
You killed it on the routing, dude.
Yeah, it worked out in a lot of spots. I dodged a lot of potential bait, which worked out for me. Like DC, I could see somebody trying to follow like the letter in the ring in a Jabu maybe, or the well. Definitely a lot went my way, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So to that point, Cola did go into Dodongo's cavern at the first trail visit. And then they did get into well, because what happened is they went to Forest Temple chasing the path hint, found Mirror Shield, and they checked every chest but the second Stalfless fight, so the bow chest. So they did not get Strength 2. And so he's just hunting for Strength 2. And unfortunately, we still have no idea where the third Strength upgrade is. To IT's point earlier, it's got to be locked behind like other Strength or other bows or something. Don't know where other two bows are. But yeah, you end up with really strong routing. Is there any point in your routing that you think could have been improvement? Because from our side, as commentators in chat, we're like, we can't really think of anything that you could have done better in terms of routing.
Yeah, I mean, now that I think about it, like, I dodged so much stuff, like Field, Valley Lake. I guess, like, I put off the forest path because I got the strength from trail. So I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure my bow is just in forest. Whenever I feel like I need it, I'll go get it. And that's why I put the forest path off. And then I got the mirror shield, and I'm like, no. So then I kept going, and we ripped strength 2, and then once you get the strength 2, the seed kind of plays itself. So.
Yeah, it definitely guided along. We were commenting on you did a really great job of reading the hint logic when you got a G2G and found long shot. You're like, I don't need to be here anymore. If I have to come back here later, so be it. And you just dipped, which was the right call there.
Yeah. Hovers were the only like real question mark.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Chad did want to know though, because when you were in Spirit Temple, we were trying to gauge how much magic you had, because we forgot you had fire arrows for the sunblock room. So we're like, hey, does he have enough to do Dins twice? Do you ever have a hard time reading your magic meter because of the dark blue color?
Not on my monitor, but I can definitely I could see that from like the stream point of view for sure.
Okay.
I'll change it just for you guys from now on. I got you guys.
I don't know, dude. I like your color palette. It's a good aesthetic. You do you. IT, what do you got for questions?
I don't have any other than where's those other bows?
The questions we don't have answers for.
So I'm guessing the trail path has to be to get letter from Spirit.
Yeah, we were worried about Cola getting baited into that once we saw Boomerang and Letter in Spirit. However, Cola went and did Child Spirit Side and got key locked on the way up. So that kind of kept Cola out of going to Jabu.
Oh, yep. Did Cola skip claim check?
No, Cola got claim check almost at the same time you did. And you both went to Big Goron almost at the exact same time. I think it was maybe like 30 to 45 seconds apart at that point. Your route really didn't diverge until after claim check, where Cola went into DC and you said, no, I'm skipping.
Gotcha, yeah.
So this was the single player rule setting for the multi-world tournament, which you're participating in. Do you want to tell us about your team composition and how you're feeling about the tournament as a team?
Yeah, I think we're a pretty decent team. I mean, I hate my teammates, but sometimes you have to suck it up.
Who are your teammates for chat's reference?
Okishi and Hyper. Yeah. Nah, I'm joking. They're good guys. Yeah, it's a lot of fun playing with them, and glad we got to do it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun watching these settings. We know that this is the single player variant, but it looks like they're very fun to mess around with. I actually like this hint distribution. No foolishes, just a ton of hint potential. Obviously, with the single player settings, you got a few more than you would in multi-world, but we know that those path hints kind of get twisted in multi-world. So just having more direct hints is helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, again, really great. And how's League been going for you? As we talked a little bit about League during the restream.
League's kind of back and forth. I started out strong, then hit a cold streak, and kind of brought it back. I'm 3-4 right now. I have 1 match left, so I can end 4-4 if all goes to plan.
Okay. That's sick. So, sounds like you have the opportunity to still pull out. So,
Yep.
It's great to hear that. Yeah, so again, congratulations. That was a really fun weekly to watch, especially for people not as familiar with the multi-world settings or tournament. Where we see coverage of the tournament. I don't know. Are we going to do anything on ZSR IT for the multi-world thing?
It's a good question. I don't know.
I know they'll be listed, I think, on Mido's house. So worst case scenario, you can watch the participants. But what do you want to add, Alpha?
Oh, no, just thanks for having me, and thanks for the restream. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for letting us restream you, and thanks for your time for this interview.
Yep, GG's.
GG's. All right, so as we were having that conversation with Alpha, we had Krez.
Yep, Krez is on here. It looks like, based on what I'm seeing, so Krez did Fire Arrow entry into Shadow because Hammer, but no Dins, so it hasn't gone Ice yet.
Mm-hmm. But it looks like, based on his tracker, he doesn't have Shadow Medallion, so he either didn't mark it or he didn't finish
There's
Shadow.
There's a small key in the Crushers, which you can't kill with Fire Arrows. You have to have
That's right.
For that ring.
All right, so yeah, he got key locked for not having Dins.
Right.
And it looks like Krez is taking a moment to think, maybe. And Cola is continuing through Fire to fight Volvagia, having found the key. All right, let's check that out.
Cola went and fought Bunga, right?
Yes, Cola fought Bongo right now.
I'm just
also hopped in.
Okay, I'm just slacking. Okay.
You're not slacking. There's a lot going on right now. A lot of inputs.
Right.
Yes, I don't believe you can brute force the treasure chest minigame in these settings, right?
No, you can't. It's a rule. Actually, they may have just turned on the flag also.
Hmm.
To where you can't do it if you don't have magic.
Yeah, so it looks like, looking at Krez's setup here, they got Boomerang, but they didn't get Letter, so they didn't check Child Side, Iron Knuckle, in Spirit.
Right.
And then, they haven't gotten Storm, so they haven't gone to Ice yet, which is why they're missing the Dins.
Mm-hmm.
And then, they found Kokiri's sword. I just realized. We did start with Lens, so brute forcing TCG is kind of redundant. The only time where, you know, someone would think about that is like, where's magic?
Well, right.
But yeah,
You can still, well, especially if you have a market path, though, you can always try to brute force it without magic. It just prevents you from doing that.
mm-hmm. Because it does feel bad.
Well, and losing a 1 in 32 to, or losing to like a 1 in 32 really sucks also.
Yeah. So
It's like, oh, well, my opponent did this 45 minutes earlier out of logic and just got lucky 5 times in a row.
mm-hmm.
So
Krez just needs to go to Ice, based on the
Yes.
items set up here. Yeah.
Chris just needs to go to Ice.
Okay, Cola finally make it back into Forest. He's gonna find their strength 2 here, and will not be.
I think this is last location.
Yeah, I think you're right. I can't think of anything else other than the Gerudo Valley waterfall.
Which has nothing in it anyway.
Yeah.
Once Cola gets this, the seed will wrap up very, very quickly.
Oh yeah, because Cola's been able to still complete a lot without having bow and strength 2, shockingly. So they literally just will finish Forest after they leave to go to Spirit. So I guess they'll finish Spirit first, then come back and finish Forest. I'm getting ready with Wind too. Looks like Krez is doing domain checks.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, oh, Jabu, like, no letter. Yeah, so once Cola finds this, Cola's got like... knowing where it is in fire, probably say maybe, what, 20 minutes? 25 minutes? Yeah.
No, because you gotta go all the way up Spirit, too.
Oh yeah, Spirit's a while. And Cola's still going to be checking everything on the way up. And there it is. I almost had a heart attack. The randomized color for silver gauntlets looked like gold. I was like, wait a second, hold on.
No, that is just the texture.
Yeah, and they're going to pull fire arrows out of this grotto. So they'll be all set up to get through. I am surprised that Krez has been able to put off going to ice for this long, but maybe their thought was, I don't have letter shruggy. Maybe I don't need to go to ice. Because they do have a lot of done in their dungeons already.
It's also showing that Krez didn't beat fire.
Yeah, I think they haven't gone back to fire yet since getting Hammer and Shadow.
Okay.
Because there's nothing stopping them from finishing it.
Well, that's why I was like...
Yeah, I know. I'm a little surprised that they're going around doing child checks rather than going to fire, but maybe they feel they missed something. Yeah, you know, sometimes you have that gut instinct.
Or did a very, very scarce child segment and just kind of skipped over child.
That's possible. We didn't see their first 2 hours, so...
Right. We don't know what they did or didn't do. Oh, Child Goron City strikes again.
Nope, here it comes. Oh yeah, it's over 2.5 hours in, and they did not do Child Goron City yet.
Yep.
So you're right, they did not do a lot on their child.
Yep.
Unfortunately, this will not pay out for them.
Deck upgrade and $20.
At least they get a stick refill. Logically, Dins can't be in fire unless file entry is in logic, so they know it's not there. So they're looking for Dins.
Fire
Yeah, they're
arrow
looking for
entry
Dins.
is in logic, though.
Yep. Because they've already been into Shadow since we see that they have their hammer. I don't remember what was on Goron City Scrubs. But yeah, they were likely checked as adult.
I think Neros was in GC Scrubs, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Oh, right, the Iron Boots were.
Oh, it was
That's
Irons,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, they already have irons, so they did do this. And they did Goron City adult, it's not child.
That was like
Get paid.
2 hours ago.
Yeah, just a short 2 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
Half my brain is thinking about what I'm going to eat for lunch. All right, so Cole's going to see some big boxes show up here. And there's the ring. We're hoping this does not bait Cole into Jabu. I don't think it will, to your point. I think Cole's just going to find everything here and go.
No, because
okay.
Cole's going to find the bow.
Yep.
This,
I don't know, maybe he's making me nervous. I'm thinking he's just going to dip.
You're not dipping out of Spirit because you can beat Spirit.
Yeah. We'll be using Dins on those Anubises. Got plenty of magic for it. Yeah, it's probably just Anubis for the plural, huh?
Anubi, maybe?
Anubi? And Krez is getting around to doing Dampe in Child Cac. So yeah, to your point, just didn't do a lot of Child earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the bow.
Yep, let's go mode. Cola.
Still gonna peek this ZL check.
Might as well. Can always be
Yes.
lights.
True. I was just thinking about it because he didn't continue up to adult Iron Knuckle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cola's still probably good for sub 3. I think it'd be tight.
FW is still set in Forest, yeah. It's gonna be close.
Yeah, it's just that fire climb that has us wondering.
Oh, right. You gotta climb the highest score on? I don't know. I don't think so anymore.
Right, because we don't have...
You don't have FW set there. You don't have a way to get to Bolero.
Oh, yeah, because he's finished fire, but he hasn't gone back to Song of Time.
Right, you have to,
Or Temple of Time.
grab... Yeah.
Yeah. I've had that moment before where I get the Force Medallion. I'm like, cool, I got my Prelude song, and then I try and look like, what was my Prelude song? I'm like, I never went back to the temple. All right, Cole about to enter into Twin Rova here. Let's wish him a good phase 1 after getting past the Iron Knuckle of Iron Knuckles.
Oh, we'll be able to get the. Oh wait, no, didn't go fight the adult iron. I was like, oh, you can just long shot across from here. Nope, that's the.
Nope.
Yeah. Although it won't get baited by, I guess, Javu.
Yeah, but to your point, I think he's just gonna go finish Forest, go up gain his tower, get the hint, and then just go back to fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that letter placement is really saving people from getting baited into Jabu. Not that Jabu's ever a good-looking prospect, but you know, when you're last locationing things, it enters your mind. Ooh, getting body blocked. Wow, these sisters like to stay close. Alright, Krez going back to adult. Having cleaned up their child segment, it seems. And maybe gonna go climb their way up to fire now. I know, I was like, I think they would play Minuet, so I don't know what they're doing. They have their long shots, so they've been to GTG. Checking.
Hyrule Field.
Clipping hammer. Second mount for safety.
Tech tight, maybe.
Oh yeah, tech type. I don't think we ever saw anyone get a round of tech type grotto yet.
I thought it was a piece of art. Could be wrong.
Odds are high it's a piece of art, even if we didn't see it. All right, good. Quick second phase for Cola there. No, it's a huge rupee. It's money.
It's cash.
Yeah, with that hammer equipped, I'm thinking Gerudo's Valley to check Hammer Rock. If they didn't get around to it earlier. Nope, going South Hyrule Field, never mind. They're going to be rewarded with a second magic.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Cole's all done.
It was here. And...
I do it! More magic! Cole using wind to get back into forest, up in the first twisted hallway there. And they're gonna go... They're not leaving behind the ice switch in the push block room. Because again, to your point, could be lights.
Mm-hmm. Could also be a key.
Good point. Still need some more keys here. And they're gonna use wind to get back up quickly.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yep. Nice having that big magic meter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looks like Krez was just, we caught Krez at the start of them cleaning up overworld checks, both as child and adult.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Trying to guess where Krez is going. Shooting gallery? Gotta have to make a day.
No, because you'd have to, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe skip this? No?
I don't know if they went into DC. They don't have
Oh, yeah, DC's now a density play.
that's unfortunate. They did avoid doing a lot of stuff that they, obviously they didn't know this. They didn't actually have to do this seed. So I think they probably had some pretty strong routing other than this allergy to ice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, being allergic to frozen water, that's gotta be rough.
Hey man, it's a thing. I have relatives who are sensitive to temperature changes like that, specifically cold temps. Yeah, they're allergic. I'm like, damn, being allergic to cold, that sucks.
I can't go outside. It's not good for my health.
Yeah, that's why they've opted to live in California. So it doesn't get cold.
I don't know if that's good for your health either, but...
Yeah, a lot of cars. There's a lot of air pollution, man.
Cars, air pollution, wildfires, earthquakes.
You know something like that? They live in Canada? Oh, that's gotta be rough.
As long as they live close to the U.S., it's not nearly as bad.
Alright, so Cola in the Falling Ceiling Room. He's got 2 more Poe sisters to eliminate. And Krez save quit. Let's get back to the front DC here.
And we all know that this dungeon was giant bait.
Yeah. Which is, again, unfortunate, because it is dense, especially in these settings. Adding those skulls and scrubs in, but... Yeah, it seems like Krez was able to avoid a lot of the stuff that Alpha avoided, so how field checks, here, just real key differences. One of them made it to ice 2 hours ago. But yeah, if you missed the DC checks earlier, now you're getting to see what all fun junk is on them. We know that there's nothing really left in Forest other than just completing it for the medallion, but after that, Cola will have their 6 medallions and they'll be close to learning that they got to go back to Fire. But they could, I guess they could grab their Bolero out of Temple.
Yeah.
Would that really be worth? Would that be faster than playing Minuet and walking there?
Yeah, I think so. And yes, Alpha is still the only finisher.
Yeah, they're...
Something's changed.
Let me check. I just had the race room open and I closed it.
Yes. There are also only 4 runners for this.
Yeah, there are 4 runners today. Alpha is still the only one to finish. The rest are still going. No DNFs yet. So really, the moral of the story of the seed is ice believers are vindicated. Even though we had fire arrow entry into Shadow, you still need Dens.
I don't know. I think you can make a pretty good case when... I mean, for what we had at the time that Alpha decided to do it, you're looking for one more song. You don't know what's on OOT. You're looking for that Storms just to make sure it's not some all dungeons nonsense. So I do kind of get that.
Yeah, I don't feel like it was a blind rush at all. We had a lot of song information at that time, and that was going to answer a really big question for us. And even though that Song of Storms didn't really come into play, you want Sonic Storms.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Also, we didn't see every check in TC the first time through.
no, we did not.
Yeah, we missed one skull because no long shot.
Oh, yeah. Cole with a good quick kill on PG there.
Mhm.
Cole is very fast in this game, so even when they don't find what they're looking for, Cole's last locationing thing is still like speed.
Mhm.
Because if you compare him to Krez, Cola's already like when Krez was doing those overworld checks, Cola already did all that. Cola's already up on ice,
Mhm.
up on the dungeon count already. So Cola's just fast, straight up.
Right.
Forgot Light Arrow cutscene was a piece of heart.
Mhm.
Yeah, he did not go back to grab Bolero, but he doesn't know he needs it yet. Well, doesn't need it, but be nice.
Yeah.
Since he's on VC, I think he's just going to opt to play Minuet and walk there.
Mhm.
We know that save quit on VC is on the slow side, so sometimes this is faster to not reset. We saw a comparison of that with DC, as we saw when Cola was in Todongo's cavern and got the scrub behind the Dongos. Cola went through, fought the Lizalfos to go out the other way to get into the hallway with the baby Dongos and the Sculptilinear Scarecrow, where Krez just save and quit and then went in through the front door to that area. So, but Krez is on Emulator, looks like. Yeah, Alva didn't take the 10 spats back for Bolero either. He might have just figured, I'll just play Minuet. If they all had Prelude, they'd probably just play Prelude then grab it. But unfortunately, that was Ocarina of Time, so that was a generous thing to see. Both of our songs that are not required for anything ended up being on the worst song checks. Krez needs
is not in go
Dins.
mode. Yeah, Krez needs Dins.
Yep, Krez is missing an ice cavern dip. Or I guess a visit. Alright, Cole about to learn that he's got to go back to Fire Temple here. Krez looking for someone in the shop. Oh, you know what? They might be remember that Blue Fire was in one of the shops, and they're looking to go out to ice now.
Mhm.
And they want to unfreeze King Zora on the way up. Yep, Cole got his hint. Yep. Playing Epona, actually.
Okay, I don't know anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was going to go out to River and go up to Ice. Let's see where Krez goes. Is this a water play to clear out water? Maybe Krez just beat the boss earlier and left.
Oh,
That's the only thing I can think of.
yeah, full clear water, maybe.
Okay, Cola did, since Cola save and quit out of there, did went and grab Bolero. Yeah.
So what may be going through Krez's mind is I haven't found Rudos yet, and there is a world where everything has to be accessible, but Rudos could just be an IGC. So with that, until Rudos is on the table, nothing's really out of logic, or nothing's, you know what I'm saying.
Sure. Rudos, even though we didn't need to go to Jabu this seed, Rudos gives you information, gives you an idea of where you need to orient yourself, yeah.
Right. Well, and you know that ice is then available before IGC instead of after, which then makes storms on the table, which makes, well, bins, but, that's why we need to go there. And happy 3 hours, everyone.
Damn. Yeah, happy 3 hours here at Zelda Speedruns on Zelda Speedruns 3 today with the Zora Weekly. Been having a really good time watching both Cola, Alpha, and now Krez complete this weekly race. We want to thank everybody for sharing their restreams with us. We also want to thank our trackers, Mr. Moxie, Procrastinator AT, and New IT for now helping track, as we had to have a tracker step away as this is going on for a long seed today. Also want to double thank New IT Guy for commentating with me today. And of course our restreamers, Trez who got it going, and VT Slacker who's kept it going for us today. Cola gonna get key rich. Let's go. And in our current moment, Cola is going to be collecting these keys to go up to find light arrows, which we know is in the highest Goron check. So I'm not gonna have to climb all the way up fire, but almost. And Krez whipped out the ocarina, I guess not going into water, just opted to go to Lake Hylia for adult checks, playing Minuet. This might be nice. Yeah. I think that's what they were doing again, going in a shop. They were hoping to buy Blue Fire. So
actually,
I guess
this is ice or fire.
Oh, good point. They haven't finished fire yet either. Well, we're about to find out. If they go into river, it's ice. If they go into Goron, it's fire. Now the wild card is if they go into Goron, but then they go to ice anyway. They just take the long way around. Checking shop for Blue Fire. Yeah. I don't remember what shop it was in. I thought it was one of the child market shops, which at this point it has to be.
I believe it was the child potion shop and market. But...
Okay. That's what I thought too. I'm glad I'm not crazy. Good call, though, on Krez's part looking for that, because obviously going out of ice to get King Zora sucks. We know King Zora doesn't have anything, Krez doesn't. That's why you often see runners who, unfortunately, you can't do it in this circumstance, but runners who will go to Water Trial in Ganon's Tower to grab Blue Fire. Man, Cola, that jump scares me. I know he can do it, but every time I'm there, I'm like, oh, do I want to do that? Jumping from pier to firewall room.
There it is. It's in Goron City.
Oh, okay. Alright, so Cola's going to check Compass Chest, and then highest Goron, see it's there. So Cola almost out of fire, and Krez going into Domain. And do you think Krez would finish Ice at this point, or just get Dins and leave?
Krez just gets Dins and leaves.
Yeah. I think at the 3-hour mark, that's a wise decision to make. I know, because like I know he knows that it could be storms, and then light arrows could be locked behind storms. But I like the aggressive play.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll find out.
From Krez's point of view, those light arrows could be literally anywhere, and I don't think there's enough salt in the world for the light arrows were in ice or in the bottom of the well, and I left storms in ice, and I don't know.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Oh. Is he not going to King Zora skip here?
He's probably using a logic tracker that tells of what he thinks is in logic, and Rudo's isn't in logic because he doesn't know where it's at, so...
That's vicious, though, because he was in Spirit and he got Ring, but I guess he didn't make it over to the Iron Knuckle chest. Because if he had that, to your point again earlier, then he'd know.
Yeah, and that looks like a DNF from Krez.
Yep, that's what it looks like. Let me check the race room here to see.
Yep, that is a DNF.
Yeah, we have DNF from Krez. Grudy Dash is still going. We might just watch Cola finish out here. Which Cola is on Ganondorf, so let's get some hype. As he gets a quick kill on Ganondorf and moves on to Ganon. So yeah, obviously, hindsight for Cola, if he just did not leave Forest before checking that bow chest, he would have been done by now, easily. Been done a while ago. I still think Alpha had stronger routing overall. I don't know if Cola would have been beating Alpha, but it would have been very close. Obviously, Cola's game would have looked completely different.
Yeah, that one's kind of tough to say. The seed kind of ran itself after getting strength too, so it's kind of...
Yeah, it just kind of became execution at that point. Yeah, I'm trying to think, because the only difference at that point would have been Alpha avoided DC. So as long as Alpha could have maintained that lead over Cola, there really wouldn't have been any time for Cola to make back up.
Right.
Because even though Dead Dins was an ice cavern, that really would only stop you from finishing Shadow, as was the situation that Krez ran into. Yeah. Alright, get rid of your GGs for Cola. Coming in 308. A little bit over that. If Dins is in ice, where is Letter? Letter is in right hand of Desert Colossus statue, so behind Child Iron Knuckle.
Over Gonk's chest.
Yeah. What's up, Krez? Yeah, that was a mean chest for Rudo to go into, as we discussed earlier. Is if you did go child side, you got locked right before that door, so you'd have to go back around and check it on adult side, either via long shot or just with the keys. Welcome in, Cola. GG.
Oh man, that was rough. Just leaving the forest temple didn't work out at all.
No. So yeah, we were just talking about that because the only differences between you and Alpha was that Alpha made it into Ice Cavern about at 40 minutes into the race. And then Alpha did not leave Forest Temple before getting Strength 2. So he was up on you because he avoided all of Hyrule Field. He avoided all of Dodongo's. So he avoided a lot of checks. So we were wondering like how much closer this would be. The only difference is that once Alpha found Silver Gauntlets, as you could tell, the seed kind of played itself. So it just would come down to execution and catching up on that DC time. But other than that, how do you feel about this seed?
Well, it was pretty horrible for me, to be honest, but yeah, if Alpha didn't finish, by the way, I would have completely last locationed that Strength 2 there.
Oh yeah,
like, I would have even done more. I would have gone back into water and done like the storms in Valley and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that storms at the end of Ice ended up kind of baiting you into well, unfortunately, which Alpha was also able to avoid. Alpha had some really strong routing and then just avoided most everything.
Yeah, I assumed as such, because, like, with that time, you're basically saying, well, it's almost like you can ride into the race room that the Strength 2 is in Forest.
Yeah. Any questions, IT?
Nope.
All right, then. I do want to ask then, are you participating in the multi-world tournament, Cola?
Yeah, in fact,
Ooh.
I have another match in like 2 hours.
Cool. Who are your teammates?
It's Mario and Martin.
Nice. That's a strong team.
Yeah, I hope so.
Have you been having fun so far?
Yeah.
Cool. Obviously, these settings for solo play were a little bit different than the multiplayer version of the tournament. Anything particularly you like about these settings? We were talking about the hints earlier, and I liked that more. The hints were just direct. You didn't have foolishes.
I don't mind the settings that much, but I don't know about dungeon skulls being the default option. Because in Multiworld you get to pick settings as teams, right? And we basically just put it to no tokens every time.
Oh, I got you. Are you a Fire Arrow entry fan?
I'm okay with it. I don't mind either way, to be honest, at this point. I used to be very pro Fire entry, but that kind of changed over time.
Oh, okay.
Nowadays, I really don't care.
Okay. I know it's a hot topic for some people, but in this seed, Krez, we didn't see it, but based on their item count, they actually did Fire entry to Shadow before finding Dins and got all the way to the Spike Wall room and was like, oops, still need Dins.
Oh yeah, I had Dins way before the Fire Arrows.
Mm-hmm. Ice Cavern coming up winner just by having Dins in it. But yeah, any other thoughts that you want to share about Multi-World Cola or this seed?
No, I got nothing in particular.
All right, well, GG. Good luck on your races, especially the one coming up in a few hours.
Yeah. Thank you for putting the restream on.
Yeah, we were happy to do
it.
Yeah, we like to get the weeklies up here, and especially once the rule settings change, so everyone can see it and get hyped. And again, everybody, we don't know if we're going to have any multi-world here on ZSR, but make sure to go watch runners like Cola, Alpha, and Krez who are participating in the tournament, so you can see more of that. Anything else, IT guy, before we hand it off to Slacker?
Nope.
Okay, Slacker, you're up.
Yep, just definitely want to thank everybody, all the runners. Also want to thank Out of This World Burrito, a new IT guy, for commentating, and of course our trackers as well, Mr. Mox and Procrastinator. I'm actually going to send you over to Zelda Speedruns main. Let's see, I know they have a Skyward Sword Randomizer Season 3 tournament race going on over there, because Groovy is just finishing up as we speak. So I'll send you over to ZSR main. Other than that, thank you for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.